Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sports Today. We have a breaking news update for you, and this one concerns the India-Australia T20I series that is, of course, set to take place fairly soon. Now, obviously, it's an important series for both teams, given it's one of the last series that they'll be playing ahead of the T20I World Cup that is, of course, set to take place in Australia. Yet, it is that very T20I World Cup that has actually forced Australia into making a few changes into their squad going into the T20I series. In fact, there's going to be three key names who will, in fact, be missing from the Australia squad for the India tour. In fact, you can make that four because even before this particular news broke, there was, of course, the fact that David Warner would have been missing from the trip because he's been given rest by Cricket Australia. But now there's three more members of that squad who will be missing out on, of course, the tour of India. Now, those three members are, of course, Mitchell Starc, Mitchell Marsh, and Marcus Stoinis. Now, again, if you know how Australia's T20I squad works, you note for a fact that these three are very, very important. They're, in fact, first choice players. Marsh, generally speaking, bats at number 3. Stoinis will bat and in the low middle order and even offer you up a few overs. And Starc, of course, is one of their key bowlers in all formats. So the fact that neither of these players will be there will obviously be a little bit of a blow for the Australian team in this particular T20I series. However, in scans that were done ahead of the tour, they realized that each of these players have each of them have small niggles. They're not major issues. Mitchell Starc has a slight problem in his knee. Mitch Marsh has a very slight knock on his ankle, and Marcus Stoinis has a side strain. In fact, Stoinis had missed out on one of their recent matches to New Zealand due to said side strain. So obviously, neither of these injuries in this case are, of course, major injuries. In fact, they could have possibly played one or two matches on the tour. But Cricket Australia is taking a conservative approach to things, knowing very well that they have a T20I World Cup coming up, and all of these players, in fact, are key players. None of them are players who would be on the bench. All three are pretty much guaranteed starters for Australia in the shortest format of the game. So they're opting to take no chances whatsoever, and this actually could lead to some interesting changes coming about for the India tour. Now, obviously, if Mitch Marsh is not there, then you'd likely see Steve Smith batting at number 3. And of course, we know that Smith recently got a ton in ODIs, but his T20I form has been mixed. He's not quite the aggressive batsman that what Marsh is, especially in that middle order. Smith is a bit more of a collector, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Of course, the Marcus Stoinis, or rather the unavailability of Marcus Stoinis, could likely mean that Tim David, who you remember got called up to the squad, could possibly be making his debut, against India. Now, again, he's played in India before. He's played the IPL. He, in fact, played this year's IPL. So he would be familiar with the conditions in place. So, it would be an interesting place for him to make a debut, and it would probably be less pressureful than actually making his debut in, the World Cup. So we could be seeing some changes there, but of course we know that Australia have a deep squad, and so depth really won't be an issue. In fact, as Anish points out, it's India's loss that these players won't be playing, because if they had played these three players in their preparation, it would actually help them. I agree, but for Australia, this is the right decision on their side to make. So what do you guys think? Do you think you'd have wanted to see these players, even there if they were on the bench, or did Australia make the right call? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tap the bell icon, and of course, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. Then you can also go and download the SportsTak app, where you'll get all of these latest breaking news updates at the tip of your fingers. Thank you once again for joining us. I hope to see you all again through the day, joining us for more such breaking news and videos through the day. Thank you so much, and bye for now.